No one told you life was gonna be this way. Hi Kaylin agents, it's Friday. You probably guessed that because I'm in the video. I should really stop starting them that way, but I've kind of run out of ideas. Because England rarely has nice weather and it's really nice today, I thought I'd film outside. And just as I said that, a huge cloud went over. As you probably guessed from the brief intro, this week's theme is friends or friendship. And I'm a bit funny with friendship, I don't know. I know people who consider a friend to be someone who they've known for a long time, they've built up a really big trust with, someone who they can tell anything to. I feel the same. I think a friend needs to be someone who you've built a trust with. But at the same time, I like to make friends, not enemies. So generally, if you've spoken to me a few times and we've got on really well and I see you along a corridor, I'll say hi to you just like I will with any other friend. Kitty! I don't like not talking to people just because they're not in the same, I don't know, ranking as me socially. I've always found popularity groups really tedious, especially as I've grown into older years. I've always been part of the nerdy group at school, but in like year 8 or so, I tried to become one of the cooler kids. It didn't go very well. I ended up being quite miserable, and it was only when I sort of found Nerdviteria and started to be myself that I was really happy. But that hasn't really changed me so much as who I am, like the bare bones of the stuff inside of me. So I don't see why people would treat me differently if I was friends with someone else. I don't see the point in that. I like to treat someone as an individual rather than in a group of people. This is going to sound really weird, but as you saw in my last week's video, I have some really great friends and quite a big group of us as well. But we weren't always like that. We used to be in like smaller groups. It's only recently we've sort of combined together to form one large nerdy group of pure awesome. And I'm also friends with some other people who would consider to be the cool people, but that doesn't stop me from being their friend. Equally, I hope they don't feel the same about me. They don't feel like, oh, I don't really want to talk to her because she's one of the nerdy kids. Obviously, I understand if they won't talk to me as much because I'm not really in their circle of friends, so they don't spend as much time with me. But like, if they don't spend as much time with me because they're like, oh, she's a nerd, no thanks, not having that. I've also ended up being quite good at keeping long distance friendships, as we're doing right now, so you have nothing to be worried about, Kaylin. I mean, it's nothing like on this scale, but my best friend throughout primary school moved to about an hour away when I was in year 5. This is when we were about 9 or 10. And it was the most devastating thing ever. I was so sad, I was like crying, and I hated the whole of my next year at school because I didn't have her. But I mean, we still see each other like as much as we can, like during holidays and stuff, and although we're both quite busy, so I don't get to see her as much as I'd like, whenever we do see each other, we just revert back to how we were when we were kids. It's just so lovely, not awkward, not anything. It's just, that's what a true friend is to me. That's what I'd call a really close friend or a best friend. I also don't really like the term best friend. That's like saying all your other friends just aren't as good. And I mean, I know there are some, obviously there are some people I'm closer to than others, but I wouldn't necessarily say that they're not as good a friend to me as someone who is really close to me. Like, they do the same for me as that other person would. I just spend more time with that other person. It's really weird, friendship, how to define it. To me, you just need to be nice and we need to get on and spend time together. That's what I would consider a friend, someone who's got my back and I've got theirs. We've got each other's backs, Kaylin, and this is starting to become a beautiful friendship, I feel. I'm loving this thing we've got going on here. You know what, I'm surprised the viewers haven't stopped watching because they're just jealous of the relationship we have. Because I don't know, I'd feel a bit of a third wheel if I was watching, but you know. Just wanted to say as well, thank you. There are quite a lot of you since the last time I made a video. My video at school seemed to get quite a few hits, and I'm not sure whether half of them are just from people at school. Either way, thank you. That was really nice. I think that's all for this week. Bye.